point guard position, 6'6", number 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Welcome to the New Year's Eve festivities here on 2K Sports. We're ready to bring the year to a close in style. With two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson, Allie LaForce, our reporter. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You take a look at the Cavaliers, sitting pretty at this point of the season, second place and looking to move to first.
Well, I think for the Cavaliers, there is a lot of talent on this team, and they've delivered. They're having a great season, and it's only left their fans wanting more.
But how about the momentum they have built to get off to this fantastic start? All positive vibes right now for this group.
A look at Cleveland's opening lineup. Nikola Jokic is out there with Chet Holmgren. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Then there's George. And it's Davis in at the center position. And for the Lakers, we've got LeBron James. And it's Nowitzki in at the four-man position. So the Lakers will get the first possession here. Well, Grant, before ringing in the new year, we've got basketball to tend to. Can it be hard for players to stay focused?
Not really. I mean, these guys know they have a job to do. Maybe later they'll take part in all the festivities, but for now, it's all business.
Davis, the pass to Jokic. And here's George. From deep, Holmgren. It's the trifecta.
Well, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
Pass to Nowitzki. Now here's O'Neal. Here's James. Clock at 6. Holmgren with the block. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
And here comes Cleveland. It's a three-point game. Outside Edwards. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Lakers.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. Nowitzki. Pass to Carter. Ooh, nice D from George.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
James against Holmgren. Outside Edwards. 6 to shoot. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league. Anthony Edwards is a physical force. This guy has the frame and the game to be an elite two-way player. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, B.A.? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
First free throw is good.
What's remarkable about LeBron is the complete command of the game. Not only his team, but you'll hear opponents joke about how well he knows their plays.
Good on both. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
And obviously, facing Nikola Jokic was the first topic of conversation. coach told me they don't hand out MVP awards. The Joker is one of the most talented players in league history, and he's 7 feet. It's unreal. In terms of how to stop Jokic, he laughed and said, I don't think anyone has that answer, guys.
And Allie, thanks.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Shot is good by Edwards.
How about that handle? The dribble drive by Anthony Edwards, so tough.
And we've got a timeout call by J.J. Redick. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And the Lakers making a change here. Rose is checked in. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Cleveland. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And stolen by Brunson. To the paint. Here's Jokic. Excellent D there from O'Neal. Lakers trail by 5. Oh, there's the alley.
That's the aggressiveness of Derrick Rose, a guy who is relentless when he wants to attack, trying to bend your will to his.
Brunson passes to Davis. Outside Edwards. Off target from outside. The Lakers have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Pass to Nowitzki. They set the pick. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Can't tie it up. That one misses. Rose against Brunson. Now Jokic. Outside Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good on the shot. And so it's Rose with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They trail by 3.
Oh, some explosive stuff from Rose right at the rim, showing these young boys how ferocious he can still be.
Now here's Brunson. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. From deep, Holmgren hits a three-pointer.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Outside O'Neal. Here's Nowitzki. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Nowitzki, a threat to score as soon as he catches the ball. Impeccable form and impeccable quickness on the shot.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And over the last 10 games, here are the shooting guards who have been scoring the best. The 4th spot held by Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, the absolute best of the best at the shooting guard position. I mean, they can score the ball and flat out dominate defenses.
You know, and that's why it often requires more than one man to defend against any of them. These players draw more double teams than any group in the league, and they still are able to put up points at a devastating rate.
Pass to Moran. Right there. Deflected. It's James on the wing. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Excellent D there from Davis.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Derrick Rose. That's his
Jalen Brunson has checked in for Edwards.
second team foul. Substitution on the court.
59 seconds left in the first quarter here. Davis finds Cunningham. Rebounded by the Lakers. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
Well, you know when your percentage from the field is in the low 30s, that means the game is not going your way.
Yeah, rough outing for their offense. You saw a spark here and there, but their main scorers just couldn't stay hot.
And at the arc, Rose definitely picks his battles, but when he sees his chance, he knocks it down.
Brunson against Rose. Brunson passes to Davis. Basket counts.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Rose against Brunson. Rose outside. Pass to Malone. Shoots over Davis. And that's not going to go. Tie game in Los Angeles. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Let's get you back to the action on the floor as the New Year's Eve festivities continue. Taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
All right, on the floor for Cleveland, getting going in the second. We've got Davis. Ja Morant is out there with Tyrese Halliburton. Then there's Cade Cunningham. And it's Yao in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Rose. James outside. Down low. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Wow, the passing skills on full display. LeBron James once again orchestrating like a maestro.
Morant against Irving. Right side Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's James. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. LeBron, attack mode, and it's blocked by Davis. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Cade Cunningham has really been improving from distance. He said early in his career he was playing a lot of minutes and stepping back to the NBA three-point line, he just didn't have enough legs in his shot. After his shin surgery, he redefined his form and strengthened his legs. Brian, he said it helped a lot.
That could be a silver lining of all that time off, Allie. And he knocks down the first one. When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game. I think if you're talking Tyrese Halliburton, the thing that stands out is the wealth of things he can do on the offensive end. He can shoot the ball with range. He's got unbelievable handle. He can create. He can drive it. He can also set up his guys. A lot to like.
Now here's George. No points so far. Halliburton outside. Pass to Davis. Davis drawing the double team. Shot clock at 6. Outside Brunson. Launches it from deep. Cleveland again missing. The Lakers have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And this break lets us see the teams making the most of their second chances this season. Fourth, the Lakers.
You've got to respect the work ethic of these guys on the offensive glass. They don't give up on possessions and hit the boards with aggression.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes a first. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Edwards is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Cavaliers leading. Right side Davis. The 11-footer. Wilkins with a rebound. And for Los Angeles, they're shooting 36% for the game. Not great. Pass to James. Carter on the wing. Shoots over George. Carter can't get it to go.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
That is big-time strength from Anthony Edwards. He's got the perfect basketball frame.
Well, Doris, we've heard Anthony Edwards declare himself as the best player in the league.
Well, B.A., when you got the game to back it up, you don't mind putting yourself out there. And Anthony Edwards has charisma, highly skilled, and he's fearless when it matters most. Look out for the Ant-Man.
Free throw no good for Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
Pass to Wilkins. Here's Nowitzki. Fires from deep. And Davis with the block. The finish. And Anthony Davis getting downhill in transition.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Please put your hands together for your Lakers.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Rose. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Jokic is checked in. Gilgeous-Alexander against Moran. Left side Carter over Edwards. Carter can't get it to go. Cleveland leading by 5. Edwards looking for an opening. Pass to Jokic. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Davis can't hit. And so it's James with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by James. James has got 3 assists in the game. Outside Morant. Pass to George. The 3. Drills it from deep. George has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
It can't leave any room for Paul George outside. He will deliver from deep.
2 minutes remaining.
Edwards against Carter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Heading to the court, the Lakers are...
Hendricks is checked in for the Cavs. Cunningham comes in for Morant. And we got a chance to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers and what has been the trend for Nikola Jokic.
And his assist numbers have been dropping over the past few years. Not a good trend. Perhaps he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot and not seeing the rest of the court.
Here's Cunningham. Yet to see a basket. 1:41 left to play in the second quarter. Jokic in the post. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Down in the paint, Jokic knows how to take charge, getting past the D and to a look.
Outside Carter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Cunningham. Pass to Irving. This one for 3. Here's Mourning. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Cunningham passes to Jokic. There's 57 seconds left in the second. Now here's Edwards from the arc. And it's Irving with a rebound.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. Irving for 3. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Nowitzki just so unselfish. When he sees a teammate wide open, doesn't take long to zip that pass right in the pocket.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Jokic from deep. Ooh, that high release of Jokic as he buries the 3.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
And here's Carter. Can't cash it in from close range. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cleveland on top. They lead by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
And please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule. And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days?
It's different, that's for sure. Now, if you're watching TV, you know, it jumps out at you. But the players on the court don't even notice it.
That's because you're always looking up at everybody, Kenny. Always knew what the floor looked like.
And moving on to the Cavaliers' first half. It's a close one through 2 quarters.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Boy, you look at Derrick Rose. What a contribution.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
Cleveland leading by 4. They've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Carter in at the 2-guard spot. That's the Laker 5. And he lobs it up. Oh, got a piece of it. Stolen by Carter. It's 2-on-1. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got his 4th assist in this one. George against Carter. Back to George. Davis a screen. Free throw line jumper. And it's Jokic missing. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Carter. And he banks in the layup. Carter's got his first points of the night.
And he's looking to get on a roll here to start the second half.
And I've got to believe that was something they talked about during the break. Get him some good looks into the paint, get into the heart of the defense. Beautiful.
Now here's George, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Here's Jokic.
And Dirk has always been a bit underrated defensively. Superb length to contest and block shots.
Ooh, Shai showing no fear inside.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Please welcome to the floor, the Lakers high squad, let them hear you. Attention fans, all court, is your high squad, get loud, and let them hear it. It's teaser time, everybody. Who wants one?
And a quick look at the teams who repeatedly get the job done from the line. The fourth spot held by the Cavs.
And this is a team that knocks down their free throws at an elite rate. Whoever they go up against should always try to avoid fouling them at all costs.
.90 seconds into the second half now. Edwards finds George. Holmgren with it. Check by James. Just 5 to shoot. Edwards for 3. O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got his 5th rebound in this one. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Boy, that's the last thing they need in this game. Too close to be making those kinds of errors.
Cavaliers trail by 3. George outside. To halt the run. It's deflected.
Scoreless in their first 5 attempts since halftime. It's getting ugly.
Rejected by Jokic.
Yeah, timely swat attempt by Jokic. Nothing you can do about that as the shooter.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game. You know, I've got to say, defensively, the effort simply hasn't been there this half. They've got to pick up their energy.
And Cleveland has possession. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. For 3, George sends it home from three-point land. George has got 6 points.
The countless hours Paul George has put into that three-point shooting, a huge part of his development.
From the high post, Carter can't get it to go. Cleveland has gone 5 of 12 from three-point range tonight. George scanning the floor. Here's Jokic. Oh, that's too easy for Jokic when he gets inside position.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Elbow shot. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 6. Here's George. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
See, I don't think you can teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for Cleveland.
Shoot 2.
Paul George. 2 shots.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him.
When health has been there for Paul George, he has been one of the great two-way guys in the league. Very capable scorer and can take on tough assignments.
Brunson is checked in for Edwards. So he gets them both.
Well, you have to respect the career of Paul George. He has faced at one point a career-ending injury. He keeps battling to get back on the floor through constant injury.
Here's Wilkins. Pass to Nowitzki. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, the Lakers, no good. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Now, here is James. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Offensive rebound. O'Neal. And there's 2. Work on the glass. Paying off that time. O'Neal's got 4 points this quarter.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
Here's Jokic. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Oh, deflected. George with a steal. By himself. And the jam by George.
Oh, Paul George, let him hear you with that finish. That is nicely done.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wilkins. Rejected by Holmgren. Pass to Brunson. 23 seconds left in the third. George for 3. Rebound by the Lakers.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Outside for Davis. Puts one up from 19. And George with the basket on the assist by Davis. Davis has got his 3rd assist of the night. Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Cavaliers. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Back after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Okay, fans.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court right now for Cleveland, Ja Morant is out there with Halliburton. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Then there's George. And it's Yao in at the center position. Here's Morant. Oh, Carter with the block. Irving with it. Pass to Carter. Right at the free throw line. And that one's good.
The defense can't be so relaxed at this stage of the game. Not against him.
I think he takes that kind of defense as a sign of disrespect, and he was more than happy to accept the challenge.
Inside, the steal. Irving with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Irving, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. The lead is 2. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at Dallas. They'll match up against the Mavericks. It's the last meeting in a 4-game road trip.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there. They are challenging them and getting it done.
Now here's Carter. And Moran over to help. Carter, the pass to Rose. 5 on the clock. Back to Carter. Lets it go from deep. He drops it from range. Carter's got 5 points now this quarter.
After being held scoreless in the first, he's turning it on here in the second.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. So both teams changing it up here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there. Now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Edwards. Puts up a 3. Here's Yao. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass getting it done.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Here's Carter. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
I'll tell you, you have got to have a short memory. You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
Outside Edwards. Edwards, so good inside.
Boy, that defense must be better. Anthony Edwards getting it done on the interior.
Here's Wilkins, guarded by Edwards. Carter, good. Carter's got 11 points here in the second half.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Halliburton against Rose. Here's Yao. The rebound by Malone. The Lakers trail. Rose, the pass to Nowitzki. The shot is good, and the assist by Rose.
These are the times when they need Nowitzki, and he has outstanding feel for these moments.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Cleveland has possession. George passes to Davis. And he lobs it up top. And George with the jam.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
George against Carter to the paint. Here's Nowitzki. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Tight ball game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, with 7 lead changes thus far, this has been a thriller.
Outside Edwards. Back to George. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
Here's Nowitzki. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Edwards with it, picked up by James. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, initially underestimated, Jokic has grown into a truly exceptional talent. We talk about modern bigs, but he's probably more like the big man of the future.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. And so he drops them both, and it's a 3-point game.
You must embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
Carter against George. There's a screen. Outside Carter. Screen by O'Neal. Carter, the pass to Nowitzki. Fires for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Cleveland shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. And here's Edwards outside. The triple hit for Edwards.
We know this about Anthony Edwards. He is fearless in these moments. That's a big-time clutch delivery.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. 52 seconds left to play in the fourth. Pass to James. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Here's George. George draws the double. Up top, Holmgren. George outside. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Edwards outside. LeBron with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
To the inside, O'Neal, and the rebound goes to Cleveland. And that's an intentional foul.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Third team foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Nikola Jokic. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, it's about the little details. Capitalize at the free throw line, add to your lead.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. 15 seconds left in the final quarter. Turning here to our analysts. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
They need to answer fast.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Enjoy.
15 seconds left in the fourth. James outside. Let's go with a 3. Right wing. Here's Nowitzki. Carter from outside. It counts. And so it's the Cavaliers who come out on top. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off. We'll see you next time.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. They've got Jordan, Antetokounmpo out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Nash. And it's Wallace in at the 5 down low. And for the Thunder, Bird is out there with Olajuwon. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Drexler. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. Oh, Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah. Kevin, the way the game has changed, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good center.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. Mark Dagnall and I got a chance to talk for a bit, and we talked about the problems that Giannis poses. He said, look, there's no easy way to defend Giannis. We have to be physical with him, keep him out of the paint as much as possible. But he acknowledged that even having multiple bodies on Giannis sometimes just isn't enough. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And the bruising nature of Wallace's game, terrific at just seeking out contact.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. First one falls for him. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And Wallace, just an unreal defender. An undersized center who blocks shots and pounds the glass like a madman.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is...
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, the Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
Thunder have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Drexler with a screen on Nash. Curry, good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Giannis. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
Olajuwon outside. Back to Curry. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
Stephen Curry hits them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Nash, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Olajuwon. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Nash. Giannis has got his second basket. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. There's a screen by Robinson. It's Curry outside. Rebound by the Celtics. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
This is a potential finals preview, as good as it gets early in the season.
Robinson a screen on Nash. Curry against Nash. Robinson down low. And it's sent back by Wallace.
And this is why Wallace is an elite-level defender. Has a great sense of timing for when to rise up and contest shots.
West is checked in for Oklahoma City. Celtics also with a sub. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Just 2 to shoot. Curry can't get it to go.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Here's Jordan. And it's all evened up.
A high percentage look for Jordan. It has every move you could ask for in the painted area.
And so Curry will bring it up for Oklahoma City. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, they played with outstanding energy, communicated well, and were very disruptive defensively.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Brown is checked in for Clyde Drexler. And a change for the Celtics. Doncic is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. For Boston, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Garnett outside. West against Doncic. Wall is with the screen on West. Now, here's Doncic. D right on him. Wallace finds Garnett. Shoots over Bird. And Garnett misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Brown. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Doncic against West. Outside Jordan. This one for 3. Goes back up. And Doncic lays it in.
There's no end to the ways Doncic can score.
The Thunder with the lead. Now here's Curry. He's got 10. Bird outside. Robinson a screen on Garnett. Bird, the pass to Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
Love the show of force there from Robinson. When he's deep inside, it is clear for takeoff.
Doncic looking it over. 3-pointer. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 4. Pass to Robinson. The layup off target.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And here's Nash. Back to Doncic. To the middle. Here's Wallace. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Robinson. Doncic against West. Pass to Curry. Doncic with the steal. It's been all about Stephen Curry for Oklahoma City. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Celtics trail by 4. On the court for the Celtics. Doncic out there with Richard Hamilton. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Evan Mobley. And it's Mullen in at the 3 spot. Doncic going to work.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
The Thunder shooting well, 50% from the floor. Kemp with a screen for West. Pass to Kemp. Mitchell outside. Offline with his three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Oh, Leonard in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And that's the connection Leonard has with his guys. Knows when to go for that alley-oop.
Pass to Kemp. Mitchell outside. Kemp with a screen for Mitchell. Mobley with the block. Leonard against Embiid. Now here's Leonard. Not a lot of room. West against Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Leonard. Oh, the strength of Leonard. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Man, we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks?
Yeah,
payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof. But look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Leonard. Fires the three. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Leonard's got 7 points.
It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
West a screen on Hamilton. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. So a moment now to see the story for Clyde Drexler.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
And people still talk about Mitchell being undersized. I think he's proven his athleticism more than makes up for that.
Curry's checked in for Oklahoma City. Mullins checked in for Boston. Nash comes in for Hamilton. Drexler inside. Jordan on him. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Antetokounmpo. Powers through inside. Giannis.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Pass to Drexler. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
He is just so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then use that beautiful spin to just blow by you.
Outside Mullen. Back to Nash. Leonard against Bird. Loads it up for Giannis. It's stolen by Olajuwon. Bird passes to Drexler. Inside. Wants to get it to Olajuwon and does. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Boston. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Olajuwon against Giannis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The drive, the willpower of Michael Jordan is on a completely different level. He is competing every second he is on the floor and always looking for any way he can beat.
And the Thunder making a change here. Rodman's checked in. And then for Boston, Garnett comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Richard Hamilton has subbed in for Mullen. And both free throws good for Jordan. And so here is Oklahoma City, trailing by 4. On the wing, Mitchell. Bird outside. Rodman against Hamilton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Friday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks.
And as a free throw shooter, Rodman has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field.
Nash with no one around. Good, it's Garnett with the assist that time.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. For the Thunder, Robinson's checked in for Rodman, and it's Drexler in for Mitchell. Wallace is checked in for the Celtics. Leonard comes in for Richard Hamilton. Celtics on D. Robinson finds Curry. Outside for Robinson. Not enough on that one as it misses.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Short. It's rebounded by David Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Drexler dishes to Curry. Robinson a screen on Nash. Curry fires from way outside. The long distance three is buried. Curry's got 13.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Nash with the screen for Wallace. Leonard lets it rip from 3.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
6-second difference between the shot and game plan. Drexler kicks to Bird. Count it.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Right side, Leonard. Over Bird. Great D that time from Bird. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Boston. Back right after this.
The Celtics, 31. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight. Bit of a tough start for the Thunder.
Showing they...
That is more than enough.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Boston leading by 5. They've got Curry. Bird is out there with Elijah Warren. Then there's Drexler, and it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. Will not go. This is off the front eye. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Drexler outside. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Giannis with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And you can see the growing confidence that Giannis has in that mid-range.
Outside, Olajuwon. And Drexler has it in the corner. And here's Bird from the arc. Rebound, Boston. Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint, he's looking for Jordan and finds him. That one goes. Count it.
Man, the body control and focus. I mean, Jordan able to draw the foul and still finish the basket.
The Celtics have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And the NBA, right or wrong, Stan, has been called a copycat league before. If something works, it catches on quick. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I think it is to some degree, Kevin. Certainly, we all watch each other and learn from each other, and you're always looking to see what someone else does in their system that would fit into what you do, but you can never fully copy another team because the personnel is there.
Yeah, every roster is different, isn't it? And you've got to tailor things you want to do with what you've got.
That's exactly right. So if my personnel's not the same as yours, I might be able to take a little bit of what you do, but I can't take it wholesale.
Leonard against Bird. Robinson a screen on Leonard. Bird inside the three-point line. Rebound by Wallace.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Good. Kawhi working near the hoop.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Curry looking around. Pass to Bird. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Olajuwon. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, a bit of a cold start to the second half. They need to settle down and get some better looks.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
For your Oklahoma City, Hakeem Olajuwon. Shooting 1.
And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
Here's a look at the stats for Robinson. His last 10 games, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And he's a top 10 rebounder this year for good reason. He's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the entire game. Under trailing by 9. Bird outside. Curry with the bounce pass. Pass to Olajuwon. Now here's Curry from past the arc. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Leonard with the ball. The Celtics working the ball around now. And they double up Giannis. And here's Jordan outside. And David Robinson pulls it down. Robinson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Curry. Olajuwon with it. Back to Curry. Bird outside. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. That one's in there. The Boston lead has cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Stephen Curry.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Nash against Curry. On the top of the key. Nash can't get it to go. The Thunder have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
He's guarded by Olajuwon, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. Boston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That free throw, no good.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
Brown is checked in for Olajuwon. Pass to Robinson. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the third. Lays it up and banks it in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Nash the pass to Leonard. Here's Jordan. Over Drexler. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
The Celtics with the lead. Antetokounmpo kicks to Jordan. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Brown the pass to Curry. For the lead. Everything's within Curry's range.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. For the Thunder, Joel Embiid is checked in for Robinson. Kemp comes in for Burke. And West subs in for Curry. And a new group in for the Celtics. Garnett, he's checked in for Wallace. Mobley comes in for Antetokounmpo. Hamilton's checked in for Michael Jordan. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Steve Nash. Drexler against Hamilton. Lets it go from 11. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Hamilton's got his first basket.
And with that basket, he puts a stop to the 13-0 run there by Oklahoma City.
Here's West. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First person on the foul.
And you look at all the things this man brings to the game. The focus, the resolve, a winner's mindset. I mean, there's a reason why they call him the logo.
The Thunder have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
That free throw good from West. And the Thunder with some changes. Olajuwon comes in for Embiid. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Jaylen Brown. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Boston. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 25 seconds left to play in the third. Leonard against Drexler. Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. Garnett with a screen on Drexler. Leonard from deep three-point land. Can't connect from long distance. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Oklahoma City out in front, leading by a point. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this one?
Yeah, that's great decision making and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court right now for the Celtics. Antetokounmpo is out there with Evan Mobley. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Richard Hamilton. And it's Jordan in at the 2. It's good.
And inside, Luka knows the bucket is there, so he is willing to fight for it.
West against Doncic. Mitchell wide open. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And with size and a terrific skill set, Mobley gives defenders nightmares.
And the first one drops. Rodman, he's checked in for the Thunder. Mullins checked in for Boston. And both free throws good for Mobley. Thunder trailing by 3. West dishes to Bird. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Rebound by the Celtics. They've held a 12-point lead early. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively. Players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite-level passer.
And he makes the first.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Brown, he's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And then for Boston. Garnett, he's checked in for Mobley. And Richard Hamilton has subbed in for Mullen. Garnett with a screen on West. Doncic against West. Doncic with a strong move inside.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Rodman with a screen on Doncic. Doncic against West. Rodman passes to Bird. Rodman sets the screen for Bird. 6 to shoot. Over Hamilton. The Thunder with another miss. Celtics leading by 3. Here's Garnett. Second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. Garnett's got his first bucket in this one.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And the Thunder with some changes. Robinson's checked in for Rodman. Drexler comes in for Brown. And it's Stephen Curry in for West, and then for Boston. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Garnett. Leonard comes in for Richard Hamilton. And it's Nash in for Doncic. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last break, here's what Mark Daigneault was telling his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys, we'll see if they can get it done.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Nash against Curry. Nash, the pass to Leonard. Wallace with the screen on Bird. To the inside. Stolen by Robinson. Up top, Bird. He's covered by Leonard. Bird with the bucket.
These are the kinds of shots that get Bird going. When he makes these contested shots, he enjoys talking some trash as well.
Outside Jordan. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Clyde Drexler. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And also, they continue to take advantage on the offensive glass. Those extra possessions paying off in second chance points. And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Curry with the steal. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Curry crashes inside.
And with a limitless jump shot, the elusive ball handling skills, Curry can get a bucket pretty much whenever he wants.
Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy
miss it, too.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Back to Nash. Pass to Leonard. Leonard forces it through inside.
Showing no hesitation and in a huge moment. Kawhi wants the ball when they need a bucket.
Robinson with it. Ball is covering. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Oh, come on. You cannot let that happen in this situation.
1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Curry against Nash. Robinson with the block. Bird looking it over. Pass to Robinson. Back to Bird. Robinson a screen on Leonard. Bird inside the three-point line. Offensive rebound. And it's sent back by Wallace. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
And 1:01 left here in the fourth quarter. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Leonard. He can't get that one to fall. Nice D from Bird. Curry fires from way outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Yeah, and he seems to have lost his rhythm all of a sudden. This has not been his quarter.
11 feet away. Nash's shot is off. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
Bird, the pass to Robinson. It's on. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Here with Luka. You got the W, so what did you think about your performance?
You know, we got to win against a team that's very competitive. You know, they go hard no matter what. You know, they're a great team. And, you know, I'm just glad we got to win. We got to keep going like that.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy.